and welcome to ERi-TV English News Broadcast. It's now exactly 10:30 p.m. Asmara time, and we're ready for domestic and international news for August 1st, 2025. I'm Heaven Johans, your news anchor for this session, and I shall first begin with the major headlines. President Donald Trump sends message to President Isaias. Water and soil conservation activities in the Middle area. Trump increases tariff on Canada to 35%. And Russian and US space agencies agree to extend cooperation. In today's domestic news, US President Donald Trump has sent a letter to President Isaias on July 30th this week, underlining that he is reversing the negative, harmful damage of the Biden administration around the globe. In his message to President Trump also expressed appreciation for President Isaias' letter of congratulations of November last year for his election as the 47th President of the United States. President Trump referred to his administration's readiness to re-establish a respectful and productive national relationship between the US and Eritrea, based on honesty, respect, and opportunities to improve peace and prosperity across the Horn of Africa and the Red Sea. As it will be recalled, President Isaias had sent a warm message of congratulations to President Donald Trump in November last year on his historic comeback and election as the 47th President of the United States at a very crucial time when global peace is of paramount importance more than ever before. President Isaias had at the time expressed his hopes that President Trump's election will open a new chapter of fruitful and constructive ties of cooperation between Eritrea and the United States. In another news, members of the Office of the President and the Ministry of Finance and National Development conducted water and soil conservation activities today, August 1st. The popular campaign, in which over 700 members participated, included the construction of terraces and the planting of tree seedlings. Coordinators of the program, Mr. Saar Kifla from the Office of the President and Lieutenant Colonel Eyob Nagasi from the Ministry of Finance and National Development, indicated that this campaign is a continuation of last year's initiative, which achieved commendable results. Mr. Mikhail Abraham, representative of the Forestry and Wildlife Authority, stated that since 2021, through popular campaigns with strong participation from members of various ministries, national associations and companies at the Middle area, over 800,000 tree seedlings have been planted and about 120 hectares of terraces constructed. Members of the Auditor's Office, Rehabilitation and Prison Services, as well as the Ali Musa Construction Company, have also conducted similar popular campaigns in the area. You're watching ERi-TV English News Broadcast TV, where do stay tuned for our international ones after the short break. Welcome back. US President Donald Trump has signed yesterday an executive order increasing tariffs on Canadian goods to 35% from 25% on all products not covered by the US-Mexico-Canada trade agreement. Goods transshipped to another country to evade the new tariffs would be subject to a transshipment levy of 40%, according to a White House fact sheet. The move, which Washington linked in part to what it said was Canada's failure to stop fentanyl smuggling, is the latest blow in a months-long tariff war which Trump initiated shortly after taking power. The announcement blaming Canada's continued inaction and retaliation comes after Trump said Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney reached out ahead of an August 1 tariff deadline, but no conversations between the two took place. Trump has said any country failing to strike a deal with the US before Friday will be subjected to higher tariffs imposed on goods. Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney stated early on Friday that he was disappointed by Trump's decision and that while his country will continue to negotiate with the United States on its trading relationship, his government is laser-focused on building Canada strong. Russia and the United States have agreed to continue space cooperation, extending joint operations aboard the International Space Station. This is according to the Russian space agency Roscosmos. On Thursday, Roscosmos chief Dmitry Bankov met acting NASA Administrator Sean Duffy in Houston, Texas. The meeting marked the first in-person talks between the heads of the two space agencies in 8 years. The two officials discussed ongoing International Space Station operations, future lunar missions, and joint deep space exploration projects that extend until 2028. The International Space Station, the largest space station ever built, has orbited Earth since 1998, serving as a unique platform for international scientific research. The station was planned to stay active until 2024. However, NASA has stated that it could stay active until the year 2030. Despite political tensions over the Ukraine conflict, the International Space Station remains one of the few spheres of continued cooperation between Moscow and Washington. With this, we conclude our news for this session. Dear viewers, now let's have a quick recap of the major headlines. President Donald Trump sends message to President Isaias of working. Water and soil conservation activities conducted in the Maidaminat area. In our international news, President Trump increases tariff on Canada to 35%. And Russian and US space agencies agree to extend cooperation. This was The World on Friday with ERi-TV English News broadcast. Dear viewers, thank you for joining. It's officially a goodbye from us.